Well, today we are continuing our celebration of Black History Month here on 13 WMAZ by looking at a billion-dollar industry in the state. Farming is a way of life for many people in Georgia, but for some Black farmers, that way of life has sometimes been a fight filled with challenges, discrimination, and land loss. Well, here in central Georgia, we have some of the highest numbers of Black farmers in the state, and as a whole, Georgia has one of the highest numbers of Black farmers in the country. I got a chance to talk to some of those farmers who share their family history with me and their experience, but I do want to warn that some viewers may find some of the images some graphic.
Well, that's how the cows keep warm, so I'm going to give them all hay today.
This land is no stranger to Eryn Rogers.
Well, I've been farming all my life, really.
It's been in his family in Pulaski County for generations.
And my grandmother and my grandpa and everybody in my family, they still own land a lot.
Holding a lifetime of memories.
Uncle used to have mules, and I go play on the little plot.
Some say farming is entrenched in the Black soul.
It's really in our DNA to love the land.
Even under the worst conditions.
Even when enslaved Africans were working the field, many of them also had their own garden.
Veronica Womack from Georgia College, who's an expert on Black farmers, says slavery was just the start of the struggles.
Land retention is also something that is challenging.
Successfully owning land for generations like Rawls and his family is unfortunately uncommon.
At the height of African American land ownership, which was the year 1915, we owned about 15 million acres. And presently, we own less than 3.
She calls that statistic part of a raw Southern history.
Many of those lynchings were connected to economic situations, and land was a part of that.
From slavery to Jim Crow, and then decades of discrimination in loans and farm aid. Eventually, Black farmers from across the country filed a class action lawsuit against the U.S. Department of Agriculture. That lawsuit, Pigford versus Glickman, led to a billion-dollar settlement in 1999. But
many of them received a very small sum, so $50,000.
A lot of them were saying, Pigford didn't help me.
It did not solve the issues of African American farmers.
Rawls' cousin and fellow farmer Herbert Battle says he still struggles with getting the money he needs to run his business.
A lot of it I stopped playing because I couldn't get it, but I couldn't get the loans and stuff to work it with, you know.
But for some farmers, that's just the start. If they've ever been behind on farm loans, some farmers say USDA won't let them qualify for another one.
You can't get credit. You have prior debt that you can't pay, and then you can't produce.
Which could lead to more land loss.
All of that created where we are now. Once it's gone, the likelihood of you being able to get that amount of acreage in the future will be very slim.
A fact Rawls and Battle know well and hold dear.
Owning real estate, they don't grow no more of that.
Which is why they worked so hard to keep this land growing down the family line.
One generation to the end, and that's where they left it fixed like that.
I'm trying to generate mine where my grandkids or my children can have something to go with.
Well, even though farming adds billions of dollars to the U.S. economy, the number of farmers is actually declining. But Black farmers are growing, especially after that Pigford lawsuit. So if you would like to learn more about the lawsuit and to hear from a farmer who was forced out of farming, just head on over to our website, 13WMAZ.com.